Yo, yo, yo. Oh, man. This is the Uppercut Podcast where we hold no punches, and I'm with a living legend right now, Lord Jamar.
Peace.
What's going on, Lord?
I'm great, man. How you, Tiger?
Peace. I'm good. Thank you for pulling up, G's.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Now, of course, man. I want to go straight to it because we just talked about, hip hop. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess being a guest in hip hop and you gave me an analogy.
Right.
So like I was thinking not to, this is like an over thing, like an Eminem, right? And then you said, you asked me, what if Eminem was born white, but he was just like literally was around black people?
Well, you said that.
Right.
You said that he might have been born out the womb. First of all, I told you I didn't want to talk about this guy.
Right. Yeah. But just the analogy, like
the analogy of I gave you an analogy of what if I was born in an Asian country and I spoke the language. I grew up speaking the language. I could cook the shit out of the food. I knew martial arts and all that. Would I have a say-so in cultural affairs in Asia as it concerned any discipline that I studied over there, just because?
And I feel like yes, I feel like
I lived over there, and I disagreed, and I think, and I said,
probably not. But I said if you're a master at it, and
I said that wouldn't matter if you were a master at it. It still doesn't give me right to go over there and culturally start making dictates and mandates of how the culture that I learned. So for instance, when you're learning something, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a right and a wrong way to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if I want to be a DJ, I can't just like do whatever I want. I can't spin the record backwards the whole time, right? I gotta fucking let the shit,
Let
when
it
you're
rock.
scratching, there's a certain discipline to it. And I can't just come in and say, nope. We're doing it this way.
So
I'd almost have to learn it the proper way in order to now feel like I could change it. But if I learned it the proper way, why would I want to change it? If I'm a master at it and learned it from the masters, who obviously didn't look like me.
Mm-hmm. But
how then, and this has been going on for a long time before me, how do I just come in now just because I'm good at it and decide the future and direction of how this should go culturally?
But I feel like if it was by the right teacher and by the right mentors and by the right, so
and
for
I
instance,
said that you probably feel that way because you've been Americanized. And I asked you, would people traditionally over there go for that? And everybody else in the room said probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the real.
Right.
And I said, why? Why has certain Asian cultures lasted so long and been so rich and all of that? Is because they didn't allow people to just come in and dictate whatever the case may be, that they kept certain things to themselves and safeguarded certain things. I gave you the example of how Bruce Lee came over here, and he was Asian, but he had a little bit of white in his background. And at first they didn't even want to teach him over there in China. But finally, he got Yip Man to teach him. And once he came over here, they didn't want him to teach Westerners how to, the martial arts of the East. Why not? And they was very tight with him. Why didn't they want that? Because they wanted to preserve it. They didn't want it to get diluted. They didn't want these people to now co-opt it. Which in a way they have. Look at all the martial arts, like these movies now, like movies like
Last Samurai.
no, even
And the Last Samurai is white.
regular movies.
Last
right?
Samurai is white. The Last Samurai is white.
But
and
mainstream movies like John Wick, where he's doing martial arts with guns and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? But this is a white dude doing it, like, you know. And then you got other movies, you know, even in The Matrix, the way he was, you know, it was martial arts.
But
You understand what I'm saying?
no, I get it. And then so to go back, we're talking about hip hop, right? So a Fat Joe. I don't want to put him in there, but like a Fat Joe. So you're telling me that he has no say in this hip hop thing, in your opinion?
Well, Puerto Rican people was there very early. You see what I'm saying?
They wasn't there when it happened?
They weren't participants in the beginning.
No?
Some of them, no.
No.
This was a Black American art form. Shout out to the movie Microphone Check.
Yeah.
That's out right now, Tariq Nasheed, where they go into this whole thing about the myth that's been put out there for a long time that hip hop came out of Jamaican toasting and that you know, Puerto Ricans invented breakdancing and all that. Those are totally not true. Like, the truth will set you free, and there's nothing wrong with telling the truth. Like, and the truth is, this was a culture that was started by young Black American kids. And if any of these American kids had any kind of Caribbean background or anything like that, in order to be a participant in this hip hop shit, they had to act like a young Black American kid, meaning they had to know the slang. They had to dress a certain way. They had to, you know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. And then I think, right. And then Fat Joe said that it's like 50-50.
It was not 50-50. Yeah, and that's already been shown. That's already been debunked. I had people like who really were there in the beginning. Puerto Rican people, Prince Whip, Ruby D, people that were Puerto Rican pioneers. I've been had them on my show. You know what I mean? Godcast on YouTube.
And shout out to Puff too. Shout out to Puff, the best bud. And you know,
I thought you was talking about the other Puff. Oh, no. Thank you. This is what we puffing on now.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, this Puff is nice. That what, marshmallow or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice. Thank you. I thought you meant No Diddy for a minute. That's when you said shout out to Puff. I thought we was talking No Diddy here. Yeah, so I already this has already been debunked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even trying to go against anybody. I love Fat Joe. Yeah. I love Puerto Rican people. My niece and nephew are half Puerto Rican. You understand what I'm saying? Copy. So I had mad Puerto Rican girls coming up. You know what I mean? So let's not get it twisted. But at the same time, that doesn't count. That don't count. So it doesn't. So in your eyes, right? Like that. So Fat Joe can't dictate or have a hearsay on how the culture shift or move or how does that right? Fat Joe. So that's what I'm saying. It gets complicated with Puerto Rican people because why? Because, again, they were present from the beginning. A lot of them lived in the same projects that we lived. That's how they were exposed to it. You see what I'm saying? Got it. But this was not something that they came up with. They were there. And then eventually it's like, oh, shit, that's cool. Let me do it too. So, in that regard, we have more respect for Puerto Ricans, I'd say, because like I said, a lot of them lived in the same projects we lived in. But mostly, there were no white people in these projects. Right. Or Asians. Or Indians, or any other, Russians, whoever you want to name, Italians, you know what I mean? Now, there's always an anecdotal story, though. Where I lived in New Rochelle, there was this one Irish fucking family, the McKennas, that lived in the fucking projects with all the black people,
Right.
But at the same time, they didn't try to act black. They was some wild white boys. But I remember them liking rock and roll and all this type of shit. But then the youngest one, maybe he acted a little black. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he still was like with the white boys. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But he did play on a black football squad and all. But that's an anecdotal story. You're not going to find that a lot. That's just
Right.
like,
He was raised like, I guess.
they was the one.
Right.
And we had a few projects where I came from. And they was the only white family in any of the projects. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like there was one in each projects. We had like 3 different nice sized projects, in different parts of town. Mm-hmm. They was the only ones. You understand what I'm saying? And this is Nourishell. That's not where hip hop started and all this type of shit.
It's a little
and these guys wasn't doing
top of the Bronx, right?
Yeah, it's just right outside the Bronx. But these guys, these white dudes, wasn't even fucking with hip hop like that. So they can't be. Now they can say, "Oh, I heard it outside my
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right down the block, a couple
I heard
blocks.
because we used to have block parties. I heard it outside my window. They could say that.
Yeah,
but he wasn't a participant. But could this white dude, Mackie McKenna, say that he was present? Yeah, he was present. But so what? Again, me being present, okay, somebody gave the analogy today. You go to a basketball game, right? We would go to the championship. We watched these motherfuckers win the championship. I was there when they won. I don't get a fucking ring. I don't get a trophy. I didn't play. I was just present. See, there's a difference.
That counts too.
That's helpful.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes, thank you. It does help.
Yes.
Because with the Knicks, the
energy
is the 6th player. That's the next player. And I understand that. But at the same time, energy don't get a ring. Right. Energy at the end of the day is not on the roster.
Right.
And when we look at the roster of who's the starting 5 on the Knicks, it doesn't say row A, row B. It doesn't say none of that. Doesn't talk about the people that are present watching. It's talking about the participants. So when we talk about the original participants, all of them was black. And if they and most of the Puerto Ricans, a lot of them back then could pass for black. Like the ones that was fucking with us could pass for black. Like some people used to think I was Puerto Rican back in the days.
Right.
I had the waves and, you know what I mean? Fucking,
light skin.
And so me being a lighter black could be a darker Puerto Rican. You understand what I'm saying?
Got it. Yeah.
But at the same time, they knew I wasn't Puerto Rican. And so when I fuck with Puerto Rican girls, they don't even want to bring me upstairs. Because moms don't, morenos, cocolos, they don't fuck with them like that. Let's keep it real. Traditionally, these were rebels. These were rebels that was fucking with hip hop. If you was Puerto Rican fucking with hip hop, you was a rebel.
Wow.
You was outside of your culture kind of because inside of your culture was merengue and salsa and all of that type of shit. That was some Moreno shit you doing.
Right. And when I was locked up too, there was an old school, old head, right? old timer. And he told me, he's like, yo, I fuck with all races, but the Asians, you one of us, bro. And I'm like, huh? He's like, the Asiatic black man, bro. You don't know about that? And then he really tried to put me on to like a lot of game and how like black people invented a lot of these things in America. And it was just like we invented a lot of things in the world that we don't get credit for. Right, in the world.
You know what I mean? Things come out of us. You know what I mean? We don't come out of things. Like a white person cannot create a black person, no matter how hard they try. Like, you know what I mean? But you can get white people out of black people. You know what I mean? You can get all races out of black people, actually. And that's just what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is.
Speaking of white people, right? Would you ever go back to Vlad and do an interview?
No.
Ever? I think it would be, I would be kind of like, because you guys had good chemistry. I ain't gonna lie. I just, you know, and
I mean, at this point, I don't see why. It would have to be like
business
for a shitload of money. Yeah, have to be for a shitload of money.
And what went left?
He just wasn't a real dude, man.
Is he a culture vulture to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And it's not, and it's like, what's his skill set? Like DJ Vlad, have you ever seen him DJ?
He said he used to. He used to make
Have you ever seen him DJ?
No,
All right, then.
No, never seen him.
Me neither.
Right.
Me neither.
He said he had
He makes videos, man. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's his skill set. And he markets them. That's his skill set. So it's like, is being a master of that inside hip hop, of covering hip hop and all that, like.
But I can see how he kind of started it. You know why? Not to cut your wisdom off, but it's like, even for me, like, I got like a fake inspiration maybe through him too, as in like, getting the people like as a fan from, like, I got Lord Jamar from Brand Nubian. Like, I'm such
cool.
and he, honestly, I felt like he kind of made you relevant when you.
Well, first of all, I don't even like that word relevant. You know what I mean? I'm always relevant. You know what I mean? Whether I'm known to certain genres or segments of the population at a certain given time, that's remains to be seen. But I think all people are relevant. Like, that's a bullshit word to me.
I like that mindset.
Yeah,
right.
That's a word that they try to use to try to, like, you know what I mean? He gave me no power. Did he put me in front of an audience? Yes. You know what I mean? He put me in front of a vast audience, but it was my power, my charisma, my knowledge and all that made people want to watch and have you glued to the motherfucking screen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not about relevant. I've always been relevant in the eyes of my fans and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you was a motherfucking a 19-year-old, anywhere in the world, you might not have known Lord Jamar because my music and all of that was outside of your scope of knowledge. If you didn't fuck with golden age hip hop, why would you know who Lord Jamar is?
So you don't think he helped even a little bit?
I said he did. He helped bring me
to the vast audience.
Certain people that would not have been aware of me, or maybe people that were aware of me, but was like, oh yeah, I forgot about Lord Jamar, or I never saw this side of him before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because they only knew me from rapping. They didn't know me from speaking my mind and what was really inside my mind. Yeah. And then when they find out, they was intrigued. But that being said, like, you know what I mean? Vlad presented himself as a friend, okay? Like, fuck all the bullshit.
Yes.
He presented himself as a friend.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, when I asked him as a friend to do something, he couldn't do it.
Right.
And he was willing to be like, fuck our friendship and all of this type of shit. So,
wow.
It is what it is. Like, Farrakhan was just a symbol of it. You know what I mean? But
right.
At the end of the day,
the Farrakhan situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
He's the Sifu I'm talking about. He's the Sifu. Like, you know how revered Farrakhan is in the black community? So I don't know who the Sifu's name that I could say to make you understand.
No,
but
I 100% understand.
That's who Farrakhan is.
Right.
And you can't, whether you feel right or wrong, nigga, if we tell you, bro, nah, you're going to have to apologize. You can't just do a retraction because they'll say, I did apologize. I changed the title. Nah. A real apology, bro.
Right.
Like a class act journalist would do.
Right.
Like, yo, we at such and such made a false statement. We thought this and that. We was wrong, and we apologize for any, you know what I mean? Any conceptions or blah, 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 blah. That's what real journalists do. Like real publications and shit. That's what they do.
I guess he really didn't want to fucking apologize.
Nah, because it was personal to him.
Right.
He was like, fuck that. He said shit about the Jews in the past. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Oh, and yeah.
Easy. So.
But then if I'm white, right? And they say, yo, kill all white people. That's like.
Who said that though?
Well, yeah. Nah, I'm not saying yeah.
Nobody said that. like
yeah.
Nobody said. Who said that? Who said that?
Not to kill all white people, but you know, they don't trust any white people. Like we don't trust them at all. Like, do you trust a white person? Do you know? Like,
depends. I have some white people that are trustworthy.
Right. He said, no, and then
But in general, as a race,
right? Race as a okay, not. Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
But again, there's anecdotal shit to everything.
100%.
You see what I'm saying?
100%.
So yeah, you could always find stories that go against what seems to be the norm. You know what I mean? There's never full absolutes, but can black people trust white people historically as a race? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'd be foolish to do that.
And we were speaking about apologies too. What do you think about Puff? Wow, his situation.
Well, when you said apologies and then you went to Puff, it made me think of his apology and just the way his face looked and all this type of shit. Like,
yo, did you ever did you did you know him?
I was fucked up. Yeah.
No.
He was like, I was fucked up. Just the way that shit was crazy.
What do you really think about that situation?
I mean, a lot of us have not fucked with Puff for a long time. Like, you know what I mean?
For
like,
real?
as far as just what he symbolizes and just.
What do you mean? Like, to me, I feel like, yo, he brought out the best rapper in the world.
He also got if you think that he's the best rapper in the world, he also helped get him killed by his actions. You know what I mean? By
Damn.
you know what I mean? By having to move a certain way. They shouldn't have been over there having no fucking party in LA in that climate, having them doing any kind of fucking promotion or some shit over there. So what? You had a new album out. You didn't have to go to LA. The fuck was that about? I'd have been like, nah, big, you can't. And now you want to go to fucking the parties at the fucking whatever center. Get the fuck out of here.
And they saying that he didn't even want to go to that shit.
So anyway,
you
know what I mean? He also, Puffy is more responsible for, corrupting hip hop with the shiny suit type of angle. You know what I mean? The whole. Yeah, come on. He's the one that tried to put the Locks, one of the greatest hardcore rap groups. He tried to put them in a shiny suit in an effort to think that they was going to sell records the way he would have liked them to sell, like a Mace and all that type of shit.
Got it.
Like, and that was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? He was one of the first ones to, he's not no real rapper, but fuck it. I'll let niggas write my shit and I'm going to rap. Like,
nah, there was people doing that before. Huh?
What?
JD? No?
JD? No, I think JD writes raps, I think.
Oh, shit.
I think he was writing crisscross shit. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He writes.
Oh.
But I'm saying, what executives did you know before that was like
really all
rapping and having people write rap
all
and
in the
getting
videos,
on records, all in the videos, like serious, more than just singing. He was rapping on these fucking joints.
Right.
Like,
oh shit.
Like he started a lot of that, just making it cool. Even though, yes, some people did have writers back in the days, but it wasn't as known and it wasn't as accepted. It was more shh, hush, hush. You know, such and such wrote this, bro. We ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna put it on Front Street. Run DMC wrote shit for the Beastie Boys and all that, but it wasn't put on Front Street at that time.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he was one of the people that helped make it acceptable to have writers and shit to just be an entertainer and not necessarily an MC. You know what I mean?
They saying that he wasn't even from Harlem or something. Is that true?
He's from Mount Vernon.
No, he's not.
He grew up in Mount Vernon, B. I'm telling you, I'm from New Rochelle. I used to see him in Mount Vernon back in the days. Mount Vernon high school parties, shit like that.
So what?
Now, he might have been born in Harlem or some shit like that, or, you know what I mean? I was born in the Bronx.
Oh.
Okay? But I don't, when people say, where you from? I say New Rochelle. Why? Because I was when I moved from the Bronx, I was like a year and a half years old or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
in Korea.
And even when we lived in New Rochelle and my mother had 2 more babies after me, 2 sons after me, she still would drive to the Bronx to have the babies.
Oh.
At the same hospital. They wanted, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they just wanted
to have it at that hospital.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Got it.
Because she grew up in the Bronx and all of that type of shit. But where I grew up at is New Rochelle. Now, if I came out and was ashamed of where I was from and all that, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, then you rub the brakes.
Super cool. I'll be like, yo, I'm from the Bronx, yo. Like, you know what I mean? So
you saw him in Harlem?
I mean, in Mount Vernon. Oh, and shit. He was just one of these regular dancing, you know what I mean? Spinning on the floor. Not break dancing either. I mean, like, you know, that kind of like, I can't even explain it. Like,
but then,
like, yeah, like that dancing where, what was those niggas? Like IOU dancers, shit like that. You know who the IOU dancers were?
Nah.
Okay, well, they was a popular dance crew back in the days and shit, you know what I mean? But this was after breakdancing. There used to be dance crews.
It was after breakdancing.
Yeah, this is after breakdancing. So this is more like a freestyle type of.
Got it.
Yeah. So they all would just be in a circle and then every man would go in and do some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I seen that. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
So he was one of those type of guys.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying? Like.
But you can't discredit that just because he was.
No, I'm just saying that's who he was. Like, you know,
right.
He was far from a tough guy. Like, you know what I mean? And it just seems like later on, you know, once you get money, people are able to posture themselves in many different kind of ways.
Right, and he's around street dudes after that.
Yeah.
And then hip hop turned into street.
Yes. And so now if you got the money and you got the power to move people around. He had a dude named Wolf, rest in peace.
Right.
Used to be around him. Then, you know, Wolf was a real street dude from where? Mount Vernon. Like, nigga, if you was from Harlem, why you ain't have a bunch of Harlem dudes around you? He had all these Mount Vernon dudes around him. Young Guns, all that type of, you know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. From Mount Vernon.
So do you believe that there's a situation like that they're claiming right now, the accusations, like, you know, the sex rings and do you think he's gay?
I mean, from what I could see, first of all, I've heard rumors for a long time.
That he was gay?
Yes.
Oh,
that he fucks with dudes and girls type of shit.
What the fuck?
For a long time, I heard shit like that. And that's just some back industry shit. It's just like certain people, when they don't have certain morals or where they're willing to do anything to get on, you know what I mean? I think he was one of those. I think he was one of those dudes that was willing to do anything to get on type of shit. Like, do you remember there was a video with Dougie Fresh? And Puffy was, it's party time tonight. And they was in the street in Harlem and they was, you know what I mean? Puffy's in that video dancing, but he's also like, in that video, he's like the Farnsworth. He's holding like a jacket, I think, for Dougie Fresh type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, tell you, look this shit up.
What?
He's holding the jacket for Dougie Fresh, and maybe he even like holds it up and puts it on him, type of shit. Or,
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like the
He was
Farnsworth.
willing to do anything to get on, type of shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, listen, I'll be a dancer. I'll be a fucking, I'll be a valet.
Wow.
And then he fell into the, hey, I'll work at the record label. You know what I mean? Like, he just seemed like he was down to do, you know what I mean?
You know any stories?
So that type of...
Damn, bro.
that type of shit.
Damn, Lord.
All right, I told you I was going to give you a quick story, right?
Right.
That I never... This is a quick Puffy story. To me, this was the mark of when I felt like, when they say, don't let it go to your head, no. Like, this is when I felt like shit was really, really went to homie's head. And I don't even think this was during Bad Boy times yet, was it?
What year was that?
I'm trying to remember what year this was. Because he still could have been on some Uptown Puffy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uptown MCA. Which was still, he's fucking with Jodeci and all that type of shit.
Got it.
And so
That's really early.
Yeah, but he's definitely...
Because what? Biggie came out like, 93? 90...
I feel like this might have been during our first album. So I don't think this was any kind of Biggie shit. I feel like this was during our first album.
Mm-hmm.
We're out in LA. We're at this party at the Palladium. This spot is, I don't think the Palladium's open anymore, but this was, the Palladium was some shit back in the days. It's in Hollywood, actually. This was in Hollywood.
Oh, shit.
So it was some big hip hop affair that was going on. And there was mad fucking people there, like mad different rappers from the East Coast, West Coast, fucking, I remember like Booyah Tribe was in the house, fucking, I feel like Tribe was there, fucking, bunch of people was there, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Puffy was there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess on some Uptown shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, I'm messing with a lot of broads at this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I might have a girl, my son's mother or whatever at the time or whatever.
Right.
And she ended up finding out a lot of this shit anyway, so this ain't no...
Yeah, nothing new, right.
Yeah, but I had a lot of fucking broads at this time. Right?
Got it.
And to be quite frank, before all this rap shit even started, I had a lot of broads, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot.
Mm.
Like a lot. Right? So... So,
I think I know where you're going with this.
So, we're in this party.
Yeah.
And boom, I see this girl, this model girl, that I'm lightweight fucking at home. Like I might have just started fucking this girl.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she's not my girl or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I knocked her down a couple of times, right?
Yeah, you seen her around.
So, but when I see her out in LA,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay. Some back home, that's like, so if all else fails, I got this bitch that I already knocked off. She's here right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I like that mindset.
That's how a nigga was back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't gonna be like, oh, she's here. Hey, come here, and cuff her ass. I was thinking,
my last.
I got a definite backup plan. That's here.
Fire.
I got an import. That's like an import.
Fire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And without trafficking her, I didn't bring her out here. You know what I mean? She's out here on her own type of shit, right?
Yo, shit.
Boom. So I'm like, I take notes. So I'm floating around the party, right?
Right.
Then, at some point, and I'm telling you, this is when I knew he lost his mind. Puffy comes up to me. He's Puffy at this time.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I'm not going to say her name or whatever, but he's like, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, I told homegirl to go with you tonight.
Yo, Jamar, stop playing, Jamar. Stop playing.
Bro, he tried to play me right in that moment. So he lightweight.
How's he trying to play you?
He trying to let me know I'm fucking the bitch too, if you didn't know that. And I'm the one that got the power.
Right.
Because I told her to go with you.
Got it. But did you get all that right there when he said that?
Absolutely. And I'm looking at him like he's crazy. But at the same time, I don't want to look at him like, because, I am a little surprised that you even know. Okay, cool.
Right. I thought he would throw you off guard when he said that. Like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
But nigga, never let him see you sweat.
Right.
Never let him see you sweat.
Copy.
So I just kind of looked at him and I was probably like, all right. Like, and then I just walked away.
You walked away.
I walked away and I walked away from the bitch. I didn't fucking... I didn't say nothing to her.
Right.
I didn't fucking... Never call her again in life. What I did was I went, got on my Grizzly.
Yeah.
Found me a badass model chick that was in there that night.
Yeah.
And went back to her crib.
Right. Yo.
But at that moment, like when he said that to me, you gotta understand, like, I'm the king of beers. Like, in my mind, I'm the king of all of these, bro. Like, how dare you come to me and think that you got more power over a broad than me? Nigga, if I wanted to have her, she would be mine.
Right.
This was casual. This was casual.
Right. I like that.
But the fact that you feel like I told her to go with you.
Yo.
As if if you wanted to take her, that there'd be nothing I could do about it. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't have the proper rap or my dick game wasn't to the point where
right. Yo, that's good.
But see, and so I say that to say, look how he tried to be controlled at that time, and he wasn't even a fucking billionaire at this time.
Got it. And imagine
he's talking about, I told her to go with you. So now you get more money and more power. Now, I told her to suck your dick. I told him to do...
Whatever.
Got you.
It's nasty work, bro.
It's nasty work. But that something like that kind of lets me know, just psychologically, where you coming from. And power has got you drunk to the point where you think you're more powerful than powerful people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Like,
some people say,
like pound for pound,
some people say that, nah, like he got sued by this Ciroc company, so like the white people.
Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. That could be true. He could have overstepped his bounds.
Wow.
He could have said to the Ciroc people, yeah, telling her to go with you tonight. I'm telling her to go home with you tonight, Ciroc. Mr. Ciroc. Mr. Ciroc, like what?
Yeah, you mad comfortable. You comfortable, crazy.
Like, yo, you getting crazy out here, bro.
Right.
Like, that's how I felt. Wow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah. I felt like he lost his mind. So I could see that might have been the actual point that he lost his mind. Actually.
Wow.
We probably could rewind it and pinpoint it to that moment.
Wow.
Where he fucking approached me with that shit. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
So yeah, he thought he had control of that girl.
And you said that you never fucking called her ever again. Yeah, right.
She knows it's true.
That's a G shit to do. That's fine.
What?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
If she's watching this, she's telling her, yeah, he's telling the truth.
Wow.
I never heard from that mother. I always wondered what happened. Exactly what happened. Wow. And she probably went back to Puffy like, he said, what? I told him, you know, that you should go with him.
Wow.
And she's like, why did you do that? Like, he not be to me. Like, why did you do that? I didn't even tell him that we were messing around too. Like, I was gonna let him know.
Yo.
Yeah, well, I wanted, you know what I mean? And then he was probably like, fuck it, you could come with us. And then he probably had a freak off. He probably had a freak off that night. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yo, but how come? Yeah, oh man, I never heard about that Puffy thing. I don't know, man. People, you said that it's been going around. I just heard about like all the bullshit, like everybody on Puffy's label, just been fucked up. Like everybody,
They all turned to God at some point. They all found religion at some point. Fucking with this dude, that makes you wonder. What did they see? That made, you know what I mean? That made everybody go hard.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I could see it. We saw the video. That's undisputably him. He admitted it was him, even though before that he denied that any of that shit was real.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So his credibility is shot as far as telling the truth of what he would do and what he wouldn't do.
A lot of people unfollowed him.
You know what I mean?
Twitter and all that shit.
Now, matter of fact, one of the new allegations is that
what?
He might be on video abusing a man.
Oh.
But now...
Well, beating?
A male sex worker. This is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't know what abusing a male sex worker means.
Right.
Why do you have a male sex worker even on the payroll? Think about it.
But if it's business and these bitches want that and I'm making money.
Ooh, what bitches want that? Like what bitches want male sex workers on the set? Like I could see a nigga with money ordering up a bunch of strippers or even prostitutes.
Right.
To come through, a bunch of female prostitutes to come through.
So females don't have that?
For your dudes.
Females don't have that? Like, yo, let me get like those.
He's a guy, though. What do
Right.
you mean females don't have that?
Females don't have like, yo, let me have like a male prostitute.
Yes, they do.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It was one of those, and he has them on the payroll as in like, yo, use
What
you.
I'm saying is, why
like,
would
yo,
a
let me
man
make
have
money.
a female prostitute on the payroll? Unless that's
You
not
mean a
something
male?
that you fuck
right.
with. Yes.
Right.
Why? You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Because if you're ordering female prostitutes, then what are you ordering? A male prostitute to be with the female prostitute? It doesn't make sense. Like this,
He just works for Puffy. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being a devil's advocate. Like, he works for Puffy.
Stop it with this devil's advocate shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers, everybody wants to be the devil's advocate. Why he always got to have a lawyer? Let's fucking advocate for God once, okay?
Right.
That's who I advocate for. God's advocate.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Me too.
And
Right.
I don't fuck with this shit.
Right.
And
Facts.
I feel like, first of all, since back when, because I was there, since back at the City College incident, when those people lost their lives, I know a girl personally from New Rochelle that lost her life at this particular game that he threw, or whatever the case may be.
So, shit. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Back in the day in that basketball game. It was in New Rochelle?
Rest in peace. It was in Harlem.
Oh, yeah.
It was at City College.
Right.
Rest in peace, Sonia Williams. Shout out to my brother, Sonny Williams.
Oh, shit.
That was his sister.
Got it.
But ever since he, like, I thought that was gonna, like, dead his whole, like,
Reputation.
but somehow
Right.
he just laid low for a second.
And then shoveled his way back
just
in.
Came back stronger than ever. And I was amazed. Like, when I started seeing him out, I was like,
Wow.
how is he doing this? Like,
Wow.
how is he doing this? And people don't remember that he just, I feel like 5, 6 people died in that shit. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Shootout happened afterwards. Bro, it was crazy that night, bro.
Oh, shit. Was you there?
Yeah. And what's crazy is I had a show in Boston that night, right after that.
And did you go?
Yeah. It was such a weird night.
Wow.
On the way out, we're hearing the gunshots. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
On the way out, trying to drive out, boo, 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 boo. You know what I mean? And we like, man, we got to get to this show. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Boston is like 3 hours away or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
It is.
Mm-hmm. You gonna keep rolling L's or you gonna light one of them motherfuckers up?
Man? Yeah. I got you, Lord. Yeah, man. Damn, that shit.
So yeah, I never told that story before. All right, so you just got an exclusive, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, that story was just wicked, though. That's some wicked shit, man. Fuck, Puff. Like, I just have so much, like, respect for, you know, just for putting all these, like, dope MCs on and you know,
first of all,
producing Hill Records.
You can do good things and you can do bad things. Nobody is 100% bad or 100% good. You understand? Everybody got some shit with them. You know what I mean? And it just depends what degree your shit is and where, you know what I mean? Where it stops. There's levels to everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
First degree, second degree, third degree. You know what I mean?
Facts. And what do you think about all these like what these bodyguards is coming out? A lot of these bodyguards is coming out saying that like, yo, these people are gay and this, you know, shout out to Ken Capone. He interviewed some guy named the Big Homie CC and he said that Busta Rhymes was gay. And he was zesty. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, like,
I ain't gonna lie, I've been around Busta Rhymes quite a lot for years. I never seen no shit like that.
yeah, and I'm
You know
like,
what I
why
mean?
is this? He's like, yo, that's been going on. Like, da-da-da. I'm like, yo,
I
come
never
on,
seen
bro.
no shit like that. You know what I mean? So,
And I was like, yo, like, that shit really, like, kind of.
listen, everybody, you never know what anybody do when you're not around type of shit. You know what I mean? All I could say is what I see from certain people. Like, I've never seen Puffy do no crazy shit either, to tell the truth, other than come up to me and say that that's the craziest shit I ever seen him do.
Right. Oh, shit, yeah.
But I've heard, you know what I mean? You be hearing stories or whatever. So, but as far as Bodyguards, right? As far as Bodyguards, yo, you're kind of fucking up the bodyguard game if you ask me. Like, I feel like a bodyguard is supposed to be like a confidant in a way. I feel like you're kind of paying for that too if you're hiring a bodyguard. I think a bodyguard is supposed to...
Well, Gene Deal was been trying to expose Puff.
That's because Gene feels like Puff is a scumbag and that he's done certain things to people that he loved that he don't approve of. And so now all bets are off type of shit. You understand?
Right.
But I think for the most part, in general, from what I've got from a bodyguard is not only, and first of all, I'm not somebody that rolled around with a bunch of bodyguards type of shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I've seen people, I fuck with people that roll with bodyguards and shit like that. And I just feel like a bodyguard is not only just somebody that protects you physically, but they also protect your image. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow. Got it.
So, you know.
Yeah, these guys are all like exposing.
A good bodyguard will be like, yo, you know, don't walk out with that bottle. Give me the bottle. I'll put it under my coat and I'll walk and I'll bring it and I'll have it in the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make him look like better.
And they also, man, these niggas know that half of these dudes got a girl at the very least. And if they're messing with broads and all that,
they don't say shit.
You can't be telling. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to just do your bodyguard shit and everything.
But then you just said about Puffy, he's a piece of shit. But then that has nothing to do with it, though.
Because, like I said, Gene, he did something to people that Gene personally fucks with and loves, and Gene felt something personally.
Got it.
You know what I mean? I spoke to Gene on the phone, just off the record type of shit.
Got it.
But that's the shit he said to me, type of shit.
It makes sense. Why it makes sense.
You know, but other than that, I feel like, I don't know, I'm sure he would have kept certain secrets if the motherfucker, there wasn't a lot of foul shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, on the one hand, as the public who wants to consume as much dirt as possible on people, do we like the fact that they're telling on, that these bodyguards are coming out and telling? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But as a person who also knows like professional bodyguards and shit like that, like I train when we go out to Pennsylvania and we fuck with the firearms and all that. A lot of these guys are professional bodyguards and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I could tell you right now, my man Body by O, shout out to my man Body by O on Instagram. I don't think he would approve at all of all of this lightweight snitching. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a bodyguard's supposed to have a certain code, and I feel like this is kind of going against the bodyguard code. You know, I don't think you're really supposed, Because now, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't want to hire you now. Like, any particular body, if you already on podcasts and shit like that telling people's business, why would I want to hire you? Especially if I know that I might have some shit going on that, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of motherfuckers got shit going on.
Makes sense.
Something.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I think I just lost the back on my shit. Yep. I'll fix it.
You got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got it. Shit. There we go.
Yep. Just close it in a little bit. So it's easier. Yeah. You want some water?
Yeah, if you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's this? 2. Yeah, Lord, like, and one more thing about hip hop too. What have you been keeping up with? Kendrick versus Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as anybody has. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Who won?
It was entertaining. You know what I mean?
Who won?
Who won? Probably Universal Music Group. Cause they're both fucking basically under the umbrella of Universal Music Group. So they profit off the streams and all of that.
Right.
So it's two birds of the same.
Wow.
It's two wings of the same bird. You know what I mean? It looks like real hip hop against, manufactured hip hop. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick represents real hip hop and Drake is manufactured hip hop. But at the same time, Kendrick is a motherfucking super platinum. Like you don't do that without being part of the machine. Crazy, like you understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
But yes, it would appear that Kendrick won the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But then who's gonna win the war?
Hi, Drake.
Shout out to my man Black Dot. He's the first one that I heard say that actually, and I don't want to act like I'm stealing his shit.
All right. Yeah, that was a little.
Yeah. So
What the fuck?
What?
No, it's told him to go upstairs to get me the water.
Well, where's this from?
No, it's the machine. I thought the machine was broken.
I was like, what? Is it just the toilet water? What is this?
Oh, Lord, you've been chiefing that bud, man.
Oh, my bad. It's good, man. It's some good bud, man.
Yeah. And did you? Sure. What do you think about Trump coming to the Bronx and having Sleepy Hollow and
What?
Yeah.
That happened already?
Yeah. Trump came to the Bronx, and they had like a little 30-second segue where Chef G and Sleepy Hollow was like, yo, make America great again. Duh. And then I was like, oh shit. Really? I thought that was dope, but I just wanted to see your aspect on it. And Trump, what do you think about Trump?
First of all,
yeah.
I don't, again, two wings of the same bird. Like I don't hate Trump, you know what I mean? But I don't fuck with Biden, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Sleepy Joe gotta go, like, you know what I mean? There's certain things that Trump says that he supports that I support. You know what I mean? But not everything. But I don't hate nobody that fucks with him. You know what I mean? It's not like how it was before. Oh, Kanye got to make that America great again hat on, and everybody was all mad and all that. Man, fuck all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with these. I really don't fuck with these Democrats, to be honest. But I'm not a Republican either. Like, I'm not. This whole.
Yeah. You think it's the same shit?
When I did register years ago, I registered as an independent.
Oh, you did?
I registered as an independent. So technically, that's what I am. There is an independent running, RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he does say a lot of good stuff too. You know what I mean? I just don't know if there's enough awareness and all of that about him that he could even win. You know what I mean? Did you know that RFK was running?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, I knew that because the Math Hoffa show and he was there.
That was a good move, right?
Right.
Going on the Math Hoffa show. That
Right.
was a good move.
Right. That's how I knew. I'm like, oh, and then he's like, yo, I'm running for president. This and that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to get him on my show as well, and some shit fell through, but
Got
we'll
it.
still make it happen at some point.
For sure.
Yo,
Yo, and one last thing about hip hop, right? Like, I'm just like in my mind, right? I had notes, but in my mind, there was like, I love battle rap. I love battle rap. I love that
I
shit.
remember you saying that.
And
I'm not as
I know.
knowledgeable on battle rap as some people are,
Right.
but I know a few players.
Right.
Mhm.
I know. And you was at the fucking, I did a little thing, and then you was at the Hitman versus Cassidy.
Yep.
And you were supposed to host.
Yeah, I was supposed to mediate. Yeah, basically.
What happened? And like,
Well-
how did all that, like, wow, like, how did that kind of come
You
along?
just hit me. Well, yeah, I wasn't supposed to host the battle. I was supposed to host like a
The
talk.
face-off.
Yeah,
The
face-off. A talk between
yeah,
them. Like,
yeah.
Ask them each questions, and yeah, they have a little face-off. And
Yeah. And then I thought that was kind of left field. Like, yo, why Lord? Like, why Lord Jamar?
because Lord was popular internet nigga at the time. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? And
Got
it's
it.
like, you want to get those views and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. So they flew me down there and all that type of shit. And, you know what I mean? Had me do the shit, but then we didn't even get a chance to get the shit started before these motherfuckers. Oh, see, you know what happened? Homeboy, who's the dude that runs that one?
ARP.
ARP, right?
Yeah.
ARP. See, this is where he kind of fucked up a little bit.
What?
Because instead of just letting me do the shit, he was like, yo, before you start, I got a couple of questions I want to ask them.
Oh. But that went viral though.
Yeah, and I guess so I guess it worked for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the
But-
bag or something, right?
But
you was there.
I say it fucked up because for what I was supposed to do.
Got it.
Now, did it work out as far as going viral? Yeah, I guess it did. You know what I mean? But I just felt like, yeah, it got crazy when he, you know what I mean? He tried to do the mediation and it just went left. Like he didn't control it the way I felt like I would have did it. Like,
Got
you know what I mean?
But I did see you get up and try to mediate the situation too. That was,
Yeah. And
That was
then I
real.
ended up talking to each one of them separately
fire.
after that. But yeah, the shit was crazy.
Who you think who won that battle? Did you watch it?
Did I watch it? I feel like I did, but I don't remember. You know what I mean? Cassidy's my man. You know what I mean? So
Do you think he's outdated
outdated.
when it comes to battle rap? Honestly. Cause
I
He-
think
he's nice.
It's a new era.
he's right.
There's new styles.
But
and
he's been like,
Cassidy is just one of those just
He's a dope
dope
MC.
fucking MCs,
Hell yeah.
man. Like
hell yeah.
he can make records. He can,
Nah, for
he can
sure.
do the battle rap.
Remember
shit.
him versus Freeway?
Yeah. Now that's classic.
Oh my.
You know?
Like I love Freeway, but he smoked.
Yeah, that's
Smart.
classic. That's classic.
You know?
Yo, I heard, speaking of battle rapper, I heard a record from that Daylight put into the mix recently with all this Drake shit. Did you hear this record? bro? Yo,
Yeah.
that shit was hard, B.
Yo.
That shit was hard.
But was he going after Drake or he was going after Kendrick?
I feel like he was talking to Drake, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
I just remember the beat was hard, and I remember he was saying some shit in there. I
Daylight.
was like,
Shout out
yo,
to Daylight.
Daylight.
But he was he was cloud chasing crazy back in the day. Remember, like he would take a shit in the fucking stage.
Yeah, I know.
So He did say Diddy was gay. Oh my
I
God.
had talks with fucking
Daylight
on the phone like for
He's like, yo,
hours
Diddy
and shit.
fuck me and all that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
No, he said he wanted to fuck Diddy or some shit like that. Like, you know.
Pause.
But he changed. He ended up changing his ways, man. That's why he started to not. You know what I mean? Because around the time he started talking to me and shit on the phone, he started feeling
he was more into
into a more positive frame of mind.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
And ever since then, you know, you ain't seen those type of shenanigans. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, and now he's coming with, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm telling you, that record was hard. Like, it was substantive. It had substance to it.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I didn't hear it, but I'll definitely.
Yo, check that shit
out. But I remember there was a clip like, yo, Daylight, like
he got some shit. That shit is hard.
Right. And what else you got going on this year, Lord?
I mean, I'm always doing shit, man. Shout out to my man, 5 Mics.
Right.
I'm working with my man, 5 Mics. I work with my man, Great God. I got my boys from Virginia, fucking Ambassador Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Ambassador
You know, I was living in Virginia.
Gallardo.
I was living in Virginia for a couple of years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know about opioid era and all that?
I was there 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of motherfucking who takes meth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean, opioid? No,
no, opioid era is a name of a group.
Oh,
that's down there. That's the name of their group called opioid era.
I was like in the middle of VA, like, you know, like, yeah, it was like Stan.
Yeah, this is like Virginia Beach.
Got
this
it.
is where these dudes is from.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type of area.
Yeah. Shout out to all my peoples in VA.
I'm working with artists, you know.
I gotta bring this up. I'm not to cut you off, Lord. I gotta bring this up.
What's up?
You was promoting this guy heavy. Your mans.
Who you talking about?
I got Stove God.
Yep.
Whatever happened with that situation? Cause he be in the loop with all those Buffalo dudes and Griselda and all them.
Yeah.
And I listened to a couple of his tracks. I'm like, damn, he's nice.
Yeah, he's a talented dude, man. It's just, you know.
What? Like I thought you like, cause I seen you promote him a lot back in the day.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know, some unfortunate business shit happened behind the scenes. I don't really want to get into it, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, you know. I'm never wrong, put it that way. Like,
you can't say that.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm never wrong about talent. Okay? So if I tell you
Facts.
a motherfucker's dope, he's dope.
Yeah.
Now, what their character behind the scenes might be is something else. You know what I mean? Like if they're stand-up individuals, well, that sometimes remains to be seen. But if I tell you that a motherfucker's talented and yo, this is a rapper you need to listen to, then please just listen to me because Lord Jamar knows what he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right. Like, cause I did homework on that and then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so I was fucking with him like 5 years ago, bro. Like I've been told people, you know what I mean? And it's like now people are just understanding. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn, I wish that situation pulled through with you then.
Yeah, we'll see, you know.
Right. And you know, this is Uppercut Podcast, and like I said, I appreciate you pulling up, man. And you know, I've been just, you know, looking at your shit and you know, I love the sneaker game too, so I had to come correct. Yo, shout out to Sesenko. Yo, like I appreciate y'all for real. Check those store out. The one in the Bronx and one in Flushing, Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh, this guy. This guy. Sisinko, New York.
Yep.
What's that? I never heard of that.
They have two sneaker spots. It's a sneaker store.
Where's it at?
It's in the Bronx.
Okay.
And one in Flushing, Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you need to shout them out like exactly, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like put the address on the screen.
I got you. And then this just came out and sold out. The curry dunks. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. And I knew when I seen that, I'm like, no, I gotta that he gonna kill it.
Nah, Brody.
He gonna kill it. He gonna kill it. This is summer.
This is my color too. This is like, you see that? Like that's like with the skin color. And come on, what?
Yeah.
That's Lord Jamar Brown.
Wow.
I just made a new color. Jamar Brown.
Nah, that it's been selling out.
Let's go viral with Lord Jamar Brown. That's the slash caramel. Oh shit. Nah, these is hard as
Clean.
Fuck. These is hard. And I'm a real sneaker dude too. Like I got the sneaker throne and all that stuff with the lights and all that.
Last time, I pulled up to, your spot and I had the
wallows.
What?
The cream wallows.
Yeah. Bro. And, that was to me, is like a stamp for me. I don't give a fuck what anything for me. It was like a stamp of like approval to me. It's like, yo, I got Lord Jamar in the car. We smoking, chopping it up. And like I said, I just have the utmost respect and love for you. And like I said, whatever, you know what I mean?
I appreciate you, man. These shits is hard, man.
Yeah, and it's the summertime, so it's like, yo, and then it's been selling out in all websites fast. And, shout out to Sisenko, shout out to Bieber.
That's gonna be mad. We be saying DBM, don't be mad. Like, whenever you get some new fresh shit, I got some new DBM shit.
Yeah, like, don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Right.
Shout out to my man Gio. I got some DBMs right here, my boy.
Yes.
Don't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you,
man. Anytime, man.
Shout out to Cicinco.
Yes.
In the Bronx and Flushing, Queens.
Yes.
You go check them out for all your sneaker. They got gear and shit too.
Yeah, they got everything, man. They got the gear.
That bag look like they got gear type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Walk out there with some nice Kith or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So they got everything, man.
That's
so
what's up.
You know what I mean? And just and I brought Vlad up too before. Like I said, like I didn't see how you like the Shifu and all that perspective, and I was like, yo, that's dope. And just like because to me, like that, you guys, the chemistry too. Just you guys had like the illest chemistry.
Yeah,
and I'm just
we had a good chemistry. Yep.
Yeah.
We did.
And you guys talk your shit back and forth, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's good while it lasted. You know what I mean?
And I'm just like, yo, like, come on, man. Like,
some people in your life for a season. Some people in your life for a reason. Some people in your life for a lifetime. You know?
Right. And, like I said, that's real. And, we got to keep it at that, man. Like I said, Lord Jamar, brand Nubian, you know what I'm saying? One of the greats, one of the legends, one of the illest perspectives ever. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank
anytime.
You for the gift, man.
Anytime. Yeah, anytime, man.
No doubt.
No doubt. Let's get it.
Uppercut.
Straight to it. Yeah.